Oh hi. Karbala. The city in Iraq, in 100 km on the southwest from Baghdad. Administrative center of the governorate. Province. Karbala. The population minus card inhabitants. 2011. Shiites consider Karbala one of the most sacred cities after Mecca, Medina, Jerusalem and Naif because here in 680 during Kabalski fight by soldiers of Yazid ibn Muawiyah the Imam Hussein, the son Ali and the Prophet Muhammad's grandson was beheaded. There are several theories of origin of the name Karbala. The geographer Yaqut al-Hamavi suggested that the name of the city goes back to the Arab Karbala, soft earth. According to other version, the name of the city comes from the Aramaic word Kor that means the place for production of a brick for Babylon which was located nearby. Therefore, Karbala was reduction from Kor Babel. Shiites believe that Angel Gabriel told true sense of the name Karbala to Muhammad. The earth on which there will be many torments, Karb, and sufferings, Wala. At last, according to one more theory, Karbala comes from an Aramaic word which in turn comes from the Akkad word Karbalatu, headdress type and also a cock crest. Karbala has hot desert climate, with extremely hot, dry summer and in the cool winter. Almost all annual rainfall drops out during the period from November to April. Karbala is known as the place of the fight which happened on the place of the modern city on October 9, 680. 10 Muharram of 61 years of Hijrah. The Imam Hussein ibn Ali and his brother Abbas who died in fight were buried here in the place, later known as Mashhad al-Hussein, Hussein's grave. Fight resulted from Hussein's refusal to recognize Yazid ibn Muawiyah by the Caliph. The governor Kufa Abarul ibn Ziyad sent thousands of riders against the Imam Hussein when that moved to Kufa. 10 Muharram the Imam Hussein led the troops in fight together with the brother Abbas. The Imam fell in fight, and his followers, including sons Ali al-Akbar and Ali of al-Asr and nephews Qasim, On and Muhammad, were tortured. In the 63rd year of Hijrah, 682, Yazid ibn Muawiyah released the survived members of the family of the Imam Hussein from prison. On their way to Mecca they stopped on the place of fight. It is considered that the city grew at Hussein's grave for satisfaction of needs of pilgrims. His city and tombs were considerably expanded at various Arab governors, but also suffered from attacks and destructions. The initial tomb of the Imam Hussein was destroyed by the Caliph Abbasid al-Mutawakkil in 850, but restored in its current form about 979. Further, it was partially destroyed by the fire in 1086 and restored again. As well as Naif, the city suffered from an acute shortage of water, and this problem was solved only at the beginning of the 18th century when the dam through Husainiya Channel was constructed. In 1737 the city replaced the Iranian Isfahan as the main center of Shiite education. In 1802 the first Emir Sa'adat Abdulaziz ibn Muhammad organized attack to Karbala during which the most part of the Shiite population was killed and tombs of the Imam Hussein and Ali ibn Abu of the Talib were destroyed. After the first Sauditsky invasion the city declared autonomy as a part of the Ottoman Empire and it appeared in the power of groups of gangs and clans. To restore the power in the region, the Ottoman army besieged the city. On January 13, 1843, Ottoman troops were included into the city. Many of leaders of citizens ran. About 3,000 Arabs were killed in the city and 2,000 more behind walls. About 15% of the population of the city. Turks lost 400 people. Plunder of the city forced many students and scientists to move to Nadhaf, which became the main religious center of Shiites. Karbala was strongly influenced Persians who long since made most of citizens. The family of Kamuna was a keeper of shrines for many years and effectively ran the city. During World War I, the city in 1915 was occupied by the British troops. The association of the city with Shiite religious traditions resulted in hostility to it from Sunni governors of Iraq. According to Saddam Hussein's order, Shiite religious practices in the city were strongly limited, and not to the Iraqi Shiites it wasn't authorized too much to visit them at all. In March 1991, the city was strongly damaged, and many citizens died when the revolt of local Shiites was suppressed with big cruelty Saddam regime. Shrines and surrounding Shiite houses, cemeteries and hospitals appeared under machine gun fire. By April 1991, Saddam Hussein began implementation of the project on demolition of buildings around shrines for creation of the sanitary zone, which created open space on perimeter of shrines. Shrines were restored by 1994. During invasion into Iraq on March 26, 2003, Anglo-American troops left to the outskirts of the city, and after long battle he was captured. Further, the occupational administration allowed foreign Shiite pilgrims to visit the city in unlimited number. At the end of December 2003 in Karbala, 500 Polish and 500 Bulgarian soldiers under the Polish command were concentrated. On December 27, 2003 in the city were at the same time attacked Indian military base in a northern part of the city, on which there were Bulgarian soldiers. Military base of coalition troops in the southern part of the city, on which there were soldiers of Poland, Thailand and the USA. And police station, in which besides police officers there were instructors of the USA. The fourth car bomb exploded near the building of the city administration. Gate of India military base were rammed by the mined fuel truck, which then blew up near the main building of base. As a result, 6 servicemen of the coalition, 7 Iraqi police officers and 5 civilians were killed. On March 2, 2004, despite the strengthened security measures in arrival time to the city of pilgrims, near the mausoleum of the Imam Hussein, the suicide bomber blew up himself. At a press conference, the Brigade General of the USA of Mount Kimmit reported that as a result of explosion were killed 85 and 100 people are wounded. On December 14, 2004 were killed with explosion of the bomb planted at gate of the mausoleum of the Imam Hussein. 7 and 30 people are wounded. On April 14, 2007 the car with explosive exploded in 180 m from shrines, having killed 47 and having wounded more than 150 people. On April 27, 2007 in the city one more car with explosive exploded, were killed 58 and not less than 100 people are wounded. On January 19, 2008 2 million Iraqi Shiite pilgrims passed through the city in Ashura's commemoration. 20,000 Iraqi troops and police protected pilgrims against the background of tension in connection with collisions between the Iraqi troops and Shiites in Basra and Nasiriyah. Among Muslims of India, the word Karbala means not only the city, which is called, as a rule, by Karbala-e Mu'alla, Karbala the Sublime, but also memorable processions in the period of a Taziyah. The long distance from India to Karbala didn't allow to bury the Indian Shiites near a tomb of the Imam Hussein or to make frequent pilgrimages to shrines. Therefore were created by the Indian Shiites local Karbala, bringing the earth from Karbala from pilgrimages. After creation of Karbala on the subcontinent, the Indian Shiites constructed also the copy of the mausoleum of the Imam Hussein, marking out Ashura of the house. Sport. In the city, the football club, Karbala N, which is the participant of the Premier League of Iraq on soccer, is based. In a season 2002/2003, Karbala became the winner of the first division of the Championship of Iraq on soccer. In the city, a number of sports constructions, including the Sports Karbala Complex, Karbala Sports of City Stadium accommodating 30,000 viewers, and also the Karbala Stadium accommodating 5,000 viewers, are located. Also far. Write comments. Read comments. Interesting people will tell interesting stories. All of good mood and good luck.